All right. A couple other short things I want to get through. I kind of did this before. It's not like the most. Hang on. Yeah, it's not like this is the most developed teaching I could possibly do on the subject, but it's just not like a quick overview. It's like something that most Christians are really surprised about, and again, it becomes because language, right? As I talked a little bit earlier about language and dictionaries and specific words having specific meanings, and sometimes when you don't have the right dictionary, you may come across words and their meanings may be skewed to you. And so it's really startling to Christians to learn that Jews do have apostles. And so this comes from Chabad, right? We are one. They are a team, a husband and wife, a shiliach and a shluka, right? They are emissaries of the Rebbe, the representatives of the Lubavitch, the messengers of Chabad. They are the shlokim. Now you could also call them shlika or shlikum. And if you were to translate that in Greek, that would be apostle. In Hebrew, it means one who is sent. Apostle in Greek means one who is sent, a messenger, an emissary. So again, shiliach is the Hebrew cognate or equivalent for apostle. Within the Lubavitch community, the title shliach evokes respect, perhaps even a tinge of envy. They are the chosen few, the elite. Children aspire to be shlichim, dreaming of manning a Chabad house in a far-off exotic lands where strange languages are spoken, the product of childish minds in an idealized dream, free of the difficulties and traumas that beset the shliach in real life. There are no trumpets sounded when they arrive in their new home city, no red carpets unrolled in their honor. They have few friends, no relatives, no familiar culture, atmosphere, or environment. Many commodities such as kosher meat, dairy products, and other basics may have to be flown in, but here are certain staples, vitality essential to their mission, which they bring with them by the truckload. Friendliness, affection for all Jews, compassion, tolerance, self-sacrifice, and utter devotion and selfless dedication. If this doesn't sound like the description given to us through the epistles in the book of Acts, and so on about what an apostle is, I don't know what does. Armed with these, they immediately begin their work of outreach, explaining, shedding light, dispelling myths, and countering stereotypes. This is what an emissary, this is what a shlicha does. So if you want to know what the apostles did, this is what it meant. They came as emissaries. They set up with little or nothing. Don't go, just with your shoes that are on your feet, the clothes on your back, right? A lot of times that's what it was. That was the heart of what an emissary was. How could you carry so much with you, to go to some of these places, right? And so what do? What does it mean to be a Jew? That's what they explain. Rabbi, how do I observe Shabbat when my store has the best sales on Saturday? How are mitzvot relevant today in this community? The Shliach Chabad does not insist, he suggests. He does not criticize, he encourages. He does not preach down at people. He acts as a genuine equal, a friend, and the revolution begins. It takes place without anyone realizing it. A few years fly by, and out of nowhere, it is a familiar and accepted sight to see families with Sukkot observing Shabbat, kosher, etc. This is the wiki definition on shlichim, again related to Chabad. A shaliach is a member of the Chabad Hasidic movement who is sent out to promulgate Judaism and Hasidim in locations around the world. As of 2010, Chabad had shlichim numbering about 4,500 worldwide. So Chabad has about 4,500 apostles. That sounds weird when you say it that way, but that's what it is. So what were the apostles in the New Testament? They were apostles they were emissaries for the kingdom of God, specifically that Yeshua is Mashiach. Just like Chabad here, where they send out emissaries for the Rebbe, right, and for Hasidim, our apostles went out sharing the teachings of Yeshua and elevating the people. This comes from JewishKansasCity.org. It says, what is the Israel emissary or shlicha? Shlichut is the Hebrew word meaning sending out or commissioning people. It refers to an outreach program that is initiated and participated by organizations. In our case, it means our Israel Emissary Program. The Israeli emissary program are a nationwide mission strongly based on the values of ideology and education and community. Okay, that's what an apostle was. That's what an apostle did. Ephesians 4:11 says this, and he gave some apostles, that shilach or shlichim, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors, and some teachers. And these are some of the gifts he gave towards men. Some people had that job of going out. I'm going to be an emissary. I'm going to set up in a community, and I'm going to teach and educate and elevate the people and help them to understand how to draw closer to God. That's what their purpose was. Okay. Prophets had another purpose. Evangelists had another purpose. Pastors, teachers had another. But these aren't alien ideas within Judaism. It's someone's come along and switched the dictionary. You can find so many teachings on what an apostle is. I've heard so many things, and I've seen in Pentecostalism, it's like this guy, you know, in some of these Pentecostal church, you know, they have like their name badges, you know, and it's got their title, and I'm apostle so-and-so. Yeah, and I'm bishop so-and-so, or I'm prophet so-and-so, even some of them, you know. And that's well and good, but it's like, why are you an apostle? Yeah, who gave you the authority to be apostle? Do you even know what an apostle does? Are you doing what an apostle does? A lot of them don't. They're just, you know, it's just a title. Or someone laid hands on me and said that's what I am. Well, fantastic. You know, does that mean that every apostle, unless he's in some run-down community, you know, trying to barely get by with bread and teach? No, it doesn't mean it all has to be like that. Okay, and it doesn't mean that you have to jump from place to place. Maybe an apostle's in one community, but that's what the apostle's purpose is: to teach, educate, and elevate the people, to draw them closer to God, to help their observance, to help guide them in the way. If that's not what they're doing, okay, that's not necessarily what a prophet's supposed to do. A prophet may not even put down roots in a specific community. The prophet's mainly, he's going to exhort, he's going to rebuke, and he's going to try and get people on track, and he has a different function. You know, you may have teachers who assist an apostle. You may have people that can offload the apostles, teachers and so on, that help guide the community and elevate the community. Okay, but the apostle's main purpose is to be an emissary and to elevate the people. And it is with Judaism, and it's the same pattern throughout the New Testament. So I want to go through that, and part of the reason we're going through that is because that parsha is Shalach Lecha, right? Send forth, right? The spies that were sent forth were in essence emissaries. Now they were spying, they were looking for something, but they were emissaries for God's kingdom, Israel, right?